What up, fam? This is James. Back at the library this morning. Oh, it's early. And, we got some friends over here already. Our crows who show up in these packs, ready to take the world on. Okay? They're quite vocal. They sit up in the trees and just scream and bark for most of the day. you know, Not sure if they have any particular other place to go, but they seem to like this area. Anyway, just wanted to talk about dreams again. I had a significant dream as of late, which kind of shows the state of things, the state of the world in some way. It's amazing how, the greatest one, reveals things to us in different ways. Each one of us in our own unique way. And for me, mine, centered around my ex-family. I have an ex-wife, a daughter, and their family, and I've explained in various videos, previous videos, that the deception went way back, possibly back to even the point of when I was born. That's how far back some of these conspiracies go. These creatures, they they go they try not to leave too much to chance. Let's just say that. And they really play for keeps. And what I mean by that is that they're willing to do anything to get what they want. And for me, they wanted my soul, and they wanted it bad. And this latest dream really showed me that it's possible that their fight is over in some way. Everything, you have a choice for everything you do, but what happens when the choice is narrowed? What happens if there are players in this game who conspire to change what your choices are? And for example, there was a time when I used to do modeling and acting, something that my mother got me into, because I wasn't always the best student. I've never been one of those bookworms. I've never been one of those people that can sit down and just memorize everything and then regurgitate it. I've been kind of like a dream type of person, daydreaming, fantasizing, thinking about, the world inside my head. And I've always done that since I was a little kid. And so, school has never really been that important to me. I don't know if any of you can actually look back at, schooling that you've had, when you were younger, and actually say, yeah, I remember, oh, wow, a hawk or something like that over there, if you can see it. And then you hear the crows screaming off in the background. Wah. Oh yeah, definitely a hawk of some sort. Some people have, are very good at memorization, and I don't know. Yeah, that's a big old hawk. Hey, I saw one actually the other day. I was coming out of where I sleep at, and a hawk was in the bushes grabbing and it grabbed a mouse in the bushes. I mean, like, how do you do it? Definitely. Oh, and the crows are peacing out. They've we've had enough. We're out of here. With those aggressive things. Anyway, so yeah, the hawk. You can hear it. Anyway, so some people have really good memories, and they're good at kind of doing that whole robotic thing. Some people are much better at it. Uh-oh. Looks like some type of activity going on over there. The hawk just went right up and said, "What's up?" And the crows peaced out. I'm halfway thinking that some of these crows are a part of the priest brotherhood, um, that are psychopathic. Something's going on. Some type of activity. Um, Specifically because they're very good at harassing. And if you know anything about priests, they're very touchy-feely. They're mostly corrupt because they've been possessed, and they like to fondle little children, and they're pedophiles, demon-worshipping pedophiles that sit around and study ancient texts that are stolen because they have no culture, and they participate in the destruction of mankind, or man, not kind of like man. They're kind of like man, but man, women too, humanity. I'm not really sure the exact phrase for it, but the people that the Creator created here to live, um, they try to corrupt us in every possible way. Anyway, so book learning, you know, that's one of the ways of corruption. Schooling. If any of us have ever been to school, like me, you realize that you're there not to give your opinion about anything, but to study the books that they have prefabricated. The history, not your story, but his story. That's from Dr. Blair. Not your story at all, but his story, which is mostly lies and deception. Some of these people, when it comes to even some of African history, and even or American history, where they found tons of artifacts already on the land before natives. I mean, that predate natives and stuff like that. They literally gathered them up and dumped them into the ocean. you know, Crazy shit like that. I mean, crazy. And if you look up history of the Smithsonian and some of those museums, you realize that the conspiracy goes way back, where they created a narrative and needed it to fit, and they can't have artifacts running around, that are strange, that they can't explain. Especially blacks, anything that looks black, African, anything like that, Moors. They got to get rid of that because they have a European agenda. You know, that's why some of these pharaohs and stuff like that look like they're Arab. Nefertiti is white lady. It's funny when you laugh about stuff like this, but they actually did this type of stuff. Anyway, so go ahead and learn your lies. That's what they want you to do. They want you to memorize and incorporate that. And what happens, from my understanding, is that you actually incorporate that into your DNA. It becomes a part of your DNA, and you pass on that subservience, that slave mind attitude. I was never good at it. I failed, and I had to be put in a program. I was put in the ABC program, and this was after my dad kind of forced me to get A's. Like, I was not. It wasn't that I wasn't capable. I just was not interested. And once my dad got a hold of me, I became one of the top students in my class, and I ended up qualifying for an ABC program. Better chance. Took some SSATs, scored real high, all that type of silliness, and then proceeded to spend 3 years of my life in high school studying all day. And I still don't remember any of the subjects. I remember shit. Anyway, so dreams. I realized that some of these people, conspire to do things way back in the day, and so if their plans get interrupted, like they have for me, it's very upsetting. And I had a dream that basically their houses are burning down. These families, these bloodlines, these negative entities. Not only are they burning down, but they can't go back, and some of them might get stuck in the slide of volcanic molten lava. I had basically a dream that a volcano exploded right in front of our homes, and um, you know, some people, I'm not saying who they were, came and said it's time to go. It's time to go. In the spiritual world, it's time to go. Bring and which was interesting. My ex-wife was there. My child was there, and some of her family members were there, including her fucking fucked up controller, psychopathic Ashkenazi, Israeli fake Jew of a father. That's all a part of this whole Masonic Brotherhood that does sacrifices and everything like that. The psychopath. He was there, and in the dream, I'm scrambling trying to get everybody out the house, but I finally see him come out of the back door, out of a corner, as if he's kind of trying to sneak through, and he's holding two children, and I don't know what happened, but I immediately blow my lid. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm like, what happened is that I'm trying to help and trying to escort him out, and he's telling me to shut up and I'll do what I want and don't tell me what to do. And so this kind of, in a way, the creator shows that these type of things happen. Like, like this is almost a representation of the personality that you're dealing with. The person who, this is the real, like, even when you're trying to help him get out of the burning house, a burning building that is going to burn. You're not going to stop it. He's still cursing you, still lying, and still, like carrying two children, trying to look innocent while cursing you out the door. This is the type of personality, the type of person that he is. And it really showed me at that point that I needed to keep his ass here. So I stopped him. I forced him to put the children down, and then brought him outside so he could see the lava coming. And I explained that I know who you are. I know what you've done, even though you won't admit it. Won't admit that he was a participant in mind control, chipping, stealing of souls, killing children, killing family members, and just overall just destroying people's lives for the benefit of Anglo-Saxon agenda, and through them the gens and the reptiles or whatever, and just was indignant as usual. And this is generally the personality that I get from these people, these priests, these Israelis or whoever it is, the Masonic Brotherhood, just indignant, and it's a sign of possession, complete possession, and a hatred for me and my people. And so I told him in the dream that you're staying. Guess what? You're staying. You're going to see this through. You're going to see what happens when your house burns down. The rest of them might get out. That's what it looks like. It looks like we might get out. And I stayed behind and tried to help out. The Creator's will is strong. You ain't going to break it. And so, it will break you. And so, it sees right, oh, hey, how you doing? Sees right through your lies. Wow, look. Chase them off. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You won't break it. And so, that's what happened in the dream. And I woke up. And, it's kind of like a sign of the times that their houses are burning down, and they still remain indignant because they're possessed, and there may not be any help for them, but they're gonna see it through. They ain't gonna escape. They ain't gonna be running off trying to act all innocent with children in their hands, possibly to rape them. Let's make sure that you have them in your lives that are like this. Make sure that they see it through if you can. Peace out, fam.